Happy Tuesday, diary listeners. Man, I have such a great 2-part podcast for you with Tracie Magee. Tracie is an amazing person. I'm really excited for you guys to just dive into this. One thing that I want to say before we get going is that no matter what, Tracie is incredibly graceful. The name of this first part of her diary entry is going to be called Graceful Moonflower. I'll let you guys listen to find out why. But for whatever reason, listeners, I've been doing this for like 6 years, and Tracie should probably understand this too. I don't learn, man. And in fact, Tracie knows this on the back end. I made so many errors while trying to put out promotional materials for her, and even within recording this podcast, I should know. I should know. I will admit that it sometimes scrambles things a bit when I switch from doing Zoom recordings to in person. It shouldn't. In person is easier on some levels, but harder on others. So I was kind of put back in to the experience of hosting somebody in my home and kind of dealing with that setting. So apologies right away, listeners. The audio at first shifts a little bit. It doesn't last long, but if you notice some tonal changes in the beginning, that's my bad. But as I was saying, whether it's Graceful Moonflower or Dragonfly, Grace is the name of the game when it comes to Tracie. Grace to Trace. She's really wonderful, and Trace to Grace. Like, she is just an amazing human being, and I'm so excited to introduce her to you. So without further ado, here's Tracie Magee. Welcome to the Apprenticeship Diaries, where raw meets refined.
Let's be real, we're still working on refined.
What it took, what it takes, and the stories that are made.
Join us as we learn from professionals about how their stories began.
There's nothing wrong with that. I just will talk as much as you do.
Yeah.
We're both Virgos, so this is going to be interesting.
I've never met a Virgo I've not gotten along with, at least in the very
Same.
Fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we get each other.
Like at the end of the day, it's just life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we're cerebral, so it's just something to that. But anyway, I am here today with Tracie Magee. Is that it?
Yes.
Last name?
Yes.
And Tracie, we met online. This is the first we've met in person, which
Correct.
is really cool.
We've done a lot of talking.
I know. Well, and listeners, the reason why this all kind of transpired was because I was going through my knee journey, as most of them well know. I try to keep people updated as much as necessary. I could be better. I'm trying to like social media. It's hard. It's hard.
Get into the business that I do.
I know. I really like shouting out other people. To be honest with you, I think I enjoy highlighting that better. But I've been trying to let people know, and then you checked in with me and it gave me such a wonderful, it was a moment I needed. Really needed. And we just started really exchanging, and now we're here, and I felt like I should interview you. You're such a special person in so many ways. First, I guess, give the listeners a little run through about, who you are, what you do, what you're about, all that good stuff.
Who I am. Let's see. Who am I today, right?
It's a great way to start.
Okay, so today I am a personal trainer, a health and wellness coach, an accountability coach, a running coach. I am all things fitness and health and wellness. Like, I am not your in the gym, do the reps, that kind of thing. I'm not that. Okay? For myself, I am. But for other people, I help people develop habits or replace habits. And that's one of the things that I love doing, because if you develop a healthy habit, you're more able to stick with it, right? Whereas if you are like, okay, I'm going to do this program, this boot camp, and everyone's going to get together 3 times a week, and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, it becomes tedious and boring, and then it ends.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Yeah, you fall off.
You go right back to what you were doing.
Yes.
So you do this yo-yoing things where you're yay, and then you're not, and then yay, and then you're not, and then I'm going to go on this diet, and you don't stick to it.
Yes.
So I teach people how to find things that work for them.
Right.
How to incorporate protein on a regular basis.
That's awesome.
How to get movement in when you are a single mom, a busy work executive, whatever it is. I help you find ways to make movement a priority.
Awesome.
And I try to help you find, body, mind, and soul. And, I've really delved deeply into the mindset stuff recently, because I feel like that's the one thing that is going to make or break you. It is your mindset. So for me, I don't work.
You work.
I race. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm a racer. So for me, I do OCR racing. I do ultras, extreme racing. And the one thing that keeps me going when I'm tired is mind over matter. My body is trying to give up. There's all kinds of, elements around that are telling me it's time to quit. It's enough. You've proven that you're a badass. It's okay. Calm down. Right? But I haven't finished, so I got to keep going.
Yeah.
And, like for a lot of things that happen, or for me, is I get blisters on my feet. And I've been really working hard to resolve that issue. But until then, I have to do trial and error.
Right.
But I'm still racing. And so, like the last 2 races that I've had, I had massive blisters. And I've never experienced that with road racing. I had wear the socks, put the gel on, you're good. Wear the right shoes. Well, what I do has a lot. There's water, and there's grit, and there's dirt, and there's mud, and there's all kinds of things that get into your shoes and cause all kinds of little things. And once you get a little thing, it becomes a big thing. It's kind of like life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So racing teaches me those things. But in the process of that, I have a lot of time to think, and learning how to control my mind has been one of the greatest things that has happened to me. Cool. So I teach that now, because there are so many people out there struggling with just simple, and I don't want to say simple, because life is not simple, but the things that we're like, that you and I might look at and go, whatever. You know what I mean? Where somebody else is going, oh my God, it's going to be the end of the world. I don't know what to do. How do I do this? And we're like, breathe.
The thing of it is that, and I'm sorry to interject, but I think people confuse simplicity with easy, and they're not the same.
Right.
To be simple is actually very hard.
Right.
Because you have to cut out
all
so
the
much. Yeah.
All the stuff.
Right. All the extra
Social
stuff.
media. The TV.
Yep.
Example.
Yep.
I'm not trying to overtalk you.
No. This is your show, girl. Get it.
Yes. All right. No, I'm just kidding.
I just wanted to throw that out there, because I agree with you. Like it's not easy, but it is simple. And
but you can, but you have all the power. That's the key that people don't understand, is I have all the power in the entire world. I stopped listening to the radio.
Yep.
I don't watch the news.
That's great.
I see stuff that happens and I'm like, oh shit, we're at war? Oh, damn.
Let me know when I need to get underground.
Right. Right? Oh, now. Should I get a go bag now?
The time has long passed.
Right? So, I started controlling my atmosphere, and I changed my world. Right? I was this girl who, I'm of a certain age, so hormones and life, and kid moves out, and I'm all alone. I don't have family here. I don't even have friends here, except for people online. People online, you were online, right?
Yeah.
So I had no friends, and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Now I'm stuck with me.
Right.
And being stuck with me is not safe for a lot of people, especially me.
I hear you.
So I had to work on what do I want? How do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And where do I want to go? And a lot of that is all in your head.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. No, I love that. And,
so I don't think that had anything to do with what I do today.
No, but it's who you are.
It is who I am, and that's what I teach, I guess, is the whole point of what I was trying to say. I love helping people turn the light back on in their eyes.
It's actually very potent for the show, because that's basically the premise. Is it's called the Apprenticeship Diaries, but it's all about that, where we vacillate between being a mentor and being a mentee, and where we need to, advance ourselves, be quiet, and learn.
Right. And
then there's other moments where we have to step up and give what we know to someone else to help them up a little bit, so that we can all kind of get there together. And I've always had that. I've always had great mentors in my life. So for me to offer a platform to people to talk about what they're doing, their journeys, and it's a diary, right? So it's progressional. Nobody's saying we're where we need to be right now. It's a vision, but we're all climbing. And so I think it's necessary. When you listen to podcasts, it's always or that I find it's somebody that you admire or you want to be where they are or something like that, and you're listening, but sometimes they're so far away,
and they're like, just do it. Just do it. Do what? Where's the first step?
Right. Exactly.
And that's the piece that I think a lot of people who get up there forget.
Yeah.
Is there were 600 steps before you actually got to the first step.
Yes.
It's actually really funny that I just thought of this, because when I was at convention in Utah this last weekend, the founder of the company was doing his closing speech, and he showed this picture, and it's a very famous picture, and I'll show it to you, and you can help me describe it.
Okay.
But it's basically of this guy standing at the top of the podium, or top of the stairs, with there's a platform, and there's a couple people. He's holding up a plate.
Right.
And then behind him there's a couple plates, and then as he go down the stairs, there's more and more plates, and they're just broken, plates, broken plates, right? And it's showing the progression of life, of getting to where you want to go. You're gonna break some plates.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Lots.
Let's see if I can.
Lots.
Of course, now I won't be able to find it just because I said.
Well,
anyway,
you did a great job describing it, though, and I find that visuals are really helpful. At least I'm a visual person, so.
Okay, so here it is.
Having those kind of things. Oh, how cool!
Right.
And it's all behind him, so the audience only sees what he is juggling in front of them, but they don't see all the plates he dropped to get there.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
And I thought that was so important, because we all think that we're supposed to be the superstars and Michael Jordan and all these things. And I was actually listening to this podcast piece, and it was, what if Michael Jordan woke up with amnesia today? And he was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to get a job.
Right.
Right? And he goes to McDonald's and he gets a job. And he's, and you go in and people go in and they're like, oh my God, it's Michael Jordan. You should be out. And he's like, no, do you want this burger?
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's and everybody's like, you're Michael Jordan. Oh my God, you're Michael Jordan. You should be
what are you doing?
Right? And he kept going, no. I'm assistant manager now. And I'm going to be manager in 6 weeks if I keep the ghost. Do you want a burger? And everybody's like, I don't want a burger. Just go
I want an autograph.
Right. Go shoot some baskets. We need you back. Right? And the whole point of it was we get to decide where we want to go. But are we living to that dream level? Like, do you think that Michael Jordan woke up one day and went, I'm going to be in the NBA?
Right.
Right?
Well, and it's a fair point about identity, because what we do, like you said, I didn't really talk about what I do, but you are talking about what you are. And so,
Right.
like, Michael Jordan is the kind of person that if he did take on a job, he would be assistant manager within a week, and then he would climb to that because that's what Michael Jordan is. He's that
Right.
kind of...
But he's got that mentality.
Yes.
But imagine if you had your memory wiped. Mm-hmm. Right? Who would you be?
I mean, I would have to imagine that there would be very foundational notes of who I am that would steer whatever ship that I actually rode. So, and that's the point, you know, like,
Right.
I would be a person who I know at my core really hates watching people have conflict and argue and things like that.
Suffer. And,
all of that.
For me, it's the suffering. When I
Yeah.
see people suffer,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to cry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially for me, it's our military.
Yeah.
When I see our military suffer, I just really get upset.
Oh, yeah. I
And
mean,
then-
the amount that they put forth for us. And I just saw an amazing film. I shouted it out on the last podcast, but have you seen Taking Chance yet?
No.
You're going to cry,
Really?
but it's beautiful. I pray that it is as beautiful when the movie was made as it is today, but it's all about the military recognition of a fallen soldier killed in action.
Okay.
And how they bring them home
Mm-hmm.
and what their commission is as they do that. It's just stunning.
I've seen parts of this.
It's stunning. Yeah.
I've seen parts of it, and it's very surreal.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather was World War II vet. He didn't talk about any of it.
Yeah.
You know, he was 17 years old
Oh my God.
and lied about his age to get into the military.
A lot of them do.
You know,
Or did. Yeah.
Right?
A lot of them did.
and that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about our military. And I did not mean to segue off into this. But
No,
it was
it's great.
Just, the idea is that the suffering of other people, like we get to suffer.
Yes.
We get to pick a religion. We get to, you know, and there are places, and that's why I'm so passionate about it.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Because those are the people who afford us that choice.
Exactly.
By their sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Lots of military in my family, but just people of service in general, I feel that way about. Like,
Exactly.
People who understand what it is to provide something.
I think for me, it's to put someone else above yourself.
Yeah.
Like when everything is falling apart, you're going to fix something instead of being like, "Oh, we gotta run." You know, that's my opinion.
I think it was Thomas Aquinas that said, and I'm gonna butcher it, but it's like love is willing the good in someone else without any attachment to why or what it means to you. It's just that is what you're called to do. It's like what they consider agape to be, like that highest form of love. You know, like it's just you're doing something to promote the highest yield for as many as possible, including yourself. But that is something that like you're called to do, and that's like the world you want to exist in, and that's how you want to be. It's honorable. It's all of those things. So it's what makes life matter. You know?
This segues into kind of like what the reason why I do what I do now. Mm-hmm. Because for me, it's kind of twofold. I've always been a person of service, but I also want to give back what was so freely given to me. Mm-hmm. And so many times in my life, things have just been handed to me.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
What a testimony.
Right?
That's
like,
great.
So, but you get like we don't recognize this kind of stuff. Like when I moved to Maryland, I moved from Las Vegas
Right on.
Everybody says that. And I'm like, I hate Las Vegas.
I didn't like it, but I can appreciate that move. That's a hella move. That's one side of the country to the next.
It gets better, okay? I moved with 4 boxes, 2 suitcases, and a baby.
Oh my God.
Who was 6 months old.
Wow.
Right? I left everything behind. That's why it's like kind of like surreal that I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this really what's supposed to happen in life? Or am I just really messed up?
No.
But I moved because I had just a really bad breakup with Victoria's father, and I knew that if I stayed, I would die.
Yeah.
And she would not get the life she deserved. And so I did. And when I moved here, I got an apartment and it was empty. Like, we had hardwood floors too. It's really funny because I'm like, your floors don't make a lot of noise.
Oh. Have my husband walk around on them. He is a big man.
I had this big apartment, like empty, right? And the next thing I know, somebody's knocking on the door and they're like, we got you a table.
Aww.
And this one lady, she gave me her couch. And I was really mad at her for it because it was an awful couch. But I had a couch.
But you had a couch.
Right? For free.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, and the next thing I know, I have a Christmas tree.
Aww.
It was a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. But it was a Christmas tree, right?
That's
and I
awesome.
had, like, and people were giving me ornaments to put on the tree. And, you know, what do you need for Christmas? And I'm like, stuff for the baby. And, like, I never expected that.
Wow.
But it happened. And now it's like, okay.
Well, you made that move not necessarily for you. I mean, you knew your life you might die, but you also did it for Victoria so that she would have better. And
she did.
So
she had
that's the thing.
Life that I can guarantee you.
It's that sacrificial love, you know?
Well, I didn't do it to sacrifice her.
No,
you know?
that's what I'm saying. You sacrifice the least important things for the most important thing.
True. You know, I feel like the universe just aligned every single thing, and it happened. Like, I remember getting on that plane, and I kept saying, why am I not crying? Like, why am I not? Like, I've been crying. I was in postpartum, you know.
Yeah.
I had a boyfriend who broke up with me, didn't know where he was, and all this stuff, and I'm like, why am I not crying? Why am I just happy?
Because you weren't suffering anymore, dude.
I just let go. I let go of all the baggage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing that I teach is how do you let go of all of that stuff? You know? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
I feel free. Yeah.
Like, life is amazing when you just let go of and trust.
Yes.
You know?
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's why I say what a testimonial, because I don't think that people realize that when you start walking, you know, I consider it very God focused, but like when you really put faith in those things, I think it's all connected. Like, you know, my concept of it is God, but really it is that highest love, that sacrificial love that you do because you know it is the right thing to do. And when you move into those spaces, you're surprised by how little you actually have to do, because people will help you do the right thing. They want you to do the right thing.
Like, and the universe lines it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, seriously, you put out to the universe that I want to move to South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I tried 2 years ago to move. And it's like this funny story that we're just going to be all over the place with this one.
Girl, do it. I love it.
I tried to move to Florida 2 years ago. And I was so stressed out. Like, my chest was like, all the time. All the time. I can't get rid of my animals. I don't know.
Yeah.
No money, no nothing. So I ended up chickening out. Mm-hmm. And I now know that it wasn't the time.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Because now I'm like, okay, no money, getting rid of everything, taking the animals, praying for a new whatever. And I'm like, okay.
That's fine now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever.
It makes me feel good, to be honest with you, because I always talk about something for about like 2 years before I get sick of it, and I haven't done it yet. And I'm like, dude, you can't keep talking about it anymore. And, too many people know.
Right.
And too many people are like, yeah, like we'll believe it when we see it. And
Right.
I know that.
And I don't like that.
I hate that.
I don't like that at all.
Exactly.
Like when I say I'm going to do a race and oh yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Betcha.
Betcha.
Do you not understand how much I work towards that race? Like, I'll do that race crawling on my teeth if I have to.
And now I'll do it with a bit of spite in my heart.
Exactly, 100%.
Just to be like,
you every single time I get mad and get tired.
Yes, exactly. That blister has your name on it.
When I pop it.
Yes, exactly. I'm just gonna picture your ass. Not that they ever say anything. Like, I really do have a phenomenal crowd, but I know how I would think, you know? Like,
oh yeah.
You know, I'd be
I'm
like,
the same way. Like, I do things out of spite all the time.
Yep.
I'm a Virgo. Like, I will just seriously.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
But here's the thing that I'm learning. This is age. Okay?
I'm ready.
If you're ready for this.
Hit me. Hit all of us.
I do not need to burn myself down to prove a point to you.
Yes.
And if you're not going to get it by me pointing these things out and offering you the problem and offering to help you, then it is no longer my problem.
Correct.
You know.
And that's love of self. I mean, that's complete love. Yeah.
But that I didn't have for so long. There's so many times I will burn myself to the ground to show you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I did that for a while too. I don't even know when it stopped.
So you got it before I did.
I don't even know what it. In some regards, I think I still do that somewhat. But yeah, I don't. You know, because we're all here and we're taking up space, and like, if I can give somebody, you know, the benefit of the doubt, why can't I do that for myself? You know,
right? And
just walk away. Like, why take away from what I could do? To do what exactly?
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a matter of mindset again.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can do anything.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you can.
Yeah.
It's how far you are willing to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't remember who wrote the book, but change your paradigm, change your life.
I don't know the author, but
I don't either.
I have heard of it.
Yes. And I read that book and I was like, oh, so how far am I willing to go? Mm-hmm. It's almost like, how far are you willing to suffer before you change?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, somebody else I was listening to, they said the only time people actually change is when the suffering outweighs staying the same.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, why are we like that?
There's a really good book. You might enjoy it. It's called Who Moved My Cheese?
I have that book.
You have that book?
Yes.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's why. Because we're human. because
I'm still having a hard time accepting that.
Yeah.
You know?
Because we really don't like change.
Right.
It's
as
not
much as
something.
we're like, oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
You know, like me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get up at 4:00 in the morning. Do you know, it took me 2 years before I could set the alarm
Believe
to
you.
get up.
Yes, I believe you, because this is exactly my timeline. It takes me 2 fucking years too. Before I'm like, enough. I'm doing it.
Right? And, like, I did it this year. I changed my whole schedule, right? Out of the blue. I was like, I'm going to get to work at 8:30 every morning now.
Right.
Right?
I'm going to move this closer to you.
Oh, am I too far away?
I don't know. I just don't want to be the highest in the room. As I can tell, like, my whole thing is like very raw. I don't want to be I want to be further away than you are.
I don't know. I'm a Virgo. I will have to compete with you on this.
It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be great.
Now I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, shit.
Oh, the whole getting up in the morning,
Yes.
right?
Thank you.
Right? So all of last year, I got up at between 4:30 and 5:30 every single morning. And I did 2 miles plus a workout, small workout. And then I would work my business, and then I would go to work. And I would hear it all the time. Oh, nobody's going to give you a job that allows you to come in at 10:30 in the morning.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I will show you.
I know a couple jobs will let you come in at noon.
Well, I was like, fine. I won't come in at 10:30 anymore.
Right.
I thought about just not coming in, but I figured I'll just come in at 8:30. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've done now.
Okay.
You know, change your life.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the whole point is that you can do anything you want. It's when you set your mind and you decide.
Yes.
And as a Virgo, we are very, at least I am, very set when we're set. Mm-hmm. It's when things are chaotic and messy that we're like so good because we're like, no, dude, I can organize all of that. Mm-hmm. I have got this.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing recently because it's, you know, it's easier, even though I have a lot of chaos going on.
Well, I mean, life presents a lot of that, but that's what you teach people is that, you know, there's always going to be some level of chaos, but you can pick the things that are priorities and organize them so that you get done what is the most essential, and then the rest,
exactly,
you know, it can kind of happen and not be so devastating.
Overwhelm just means that we're not prioritizing what needs to be prioritized, and we're living on just do something. Mm-hmm. And you can't live that way. Mm-hmm. You know, simple little things. And that's how I help people get them back. Mm-hmm. You know, find the hope, find the joy of small things in life.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not always easy.
Oh, no. I would imagine not. Well, you have to sit with a lot of their pain.
Yes.
You know.
The hardest part is not absorbing it.
Yeah.
Not absorbing the situation as my problem now.
Yes.
You know, that's one of the other things that I'm learning how to handle.
It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do that. Because, you know, it's knowing how much to care is really a challenge. You know, you don't want to feel like you're doing less than what you could, but it's not about what you could, it's what you should. Right. So, like you said, you can do anything. Should you?
That's true.
So how long, okay, first of all, so you are a personal trainer, you are an
health and wellness coach.
Yes.
I'm all the things.
Yes.
But I also work a regular day job. I work in projects.
Okay.
But I don't even know if I work in projects anymore.
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started recording.
Right? It's kind of like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I do what I'm told.
Yeah.
But I really, honestly, I work in like property management. Like we own 33-ish, maybe 35 rentals.
Oh, right on.
So I handle all the maintenance, not all of it, most of the maintenance for it, and all the permitting and tenant complaints and just that kind of stuff. Plus, I pay a lot of bills.
God bless. That's a lot of stuff to have to do.
Right. So, like, I do that along with my side business, and my side business is really my passion, is my joy. It's, you know, helping people get healthy from the inside out is really what I always tell people. Like, what's your elevator pitch, right?
Yeah.
You know, well, I help people get healthy from the inside out. And along with that, I help them create healthy habits. And if they would like to make some money while doing that, I could show them how.
I love it.
You know.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Talk about I do want you to, at some point, talk about before you came to where you are now, because you kind of touched on those a little bit, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, where do we go? No, just kidding. I know. So let's talk about this part, because we were kind of just like, we just segued into it.
Yes. Like,
so I started my my fitness business because we probably shouldn't talk about that. I started it because I was working with somebody. We were actually doing a podcast together, and he was a personal trainer, and I was managing a lot of his marketing stuff. And long story short, we split ways. And I decided, well, I had all these plans for us, and we were going to do this. We were going to have an app online and all these things. And I was like, well,
I was committed.
Right. What's stopping me from doing it myself?
Right.
And it was very hard for me to do that because I'm the person who gives you all, I give you all the tools to do what to make you look good, right?
Yeah.
I don't make me look good. I just make you look good.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah.
So I was like, well, what if I did this?
Yeah.
You know, so I did. I did the whole set up the business, got the app, the business cards, the whole thing. And well, getting clients was a little bit harder because I don't want to coach in person. I want to coach online.
Right.
So that's why I got an app, and that's why I do the habit forming and all of those things. Well, I had a friend who was like, you should be selling supplements to people. And I was like, I don't want to do that. It was network marketing. And I was like, no, been there, done that. Sucky. I hate that stuff. Can't do it. Like, seriously, I'm not a salesperson. Like, I'm a Virgo. I'm an introvert. I don't like people. Don't mind helping them, but I don't like them.
Well, it is true. More people, more problems.
Right? And I had just gone through this horrible situation with this business and all the stuff that goes with it.
You were grieving.
I was.
Yeah.
It was, I lost all my friends. It was worse than leaving Las Vegas. There should be a book about that.
There is a movie.
Right?
It is not anywhere, I don't think it's anywhere near what we're discussing.
I know, right? But
there is a movie.
I was like, okay, like this is horrible. And I was like, but I kept pushing through, and I started racing, and like I was doing okay, but my business was falling apart. And this person kept hounding me, and I was like, God, stop!
Yeah,
just please.
Yeah.
But I was taking this collagen, right? And this collagen, my hair started growing. And awesome. People would walk up to me and be like, what are you doing? Your skin looks great. And I'd be like, I'm working out. What does it look like?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh, crap. I'm taking this collagen. Let me get you this girl's website.
Yeah.
Right? So I did this for 2 years. Right? So all my friends buy collagen from her.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, dude. So she comes to me and in the process of this, I am coaching people, and I'm suggesting you need B vitamins because your mood, your energy level, you need vitamin D because of this and that. And, everybody needs vitamin D. Yeah. And you need probiotics because if you're having gut issues and you're not, you're indigestion and you're not able to poop and all of the good stuff, right? You need probiotics. Probiotics are so important. And my friend was like, Tracie, we have all of those.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so? Like, so?
And so you're selling it.
Right. So long story short, she was like, you could be making money.
Yeah.
Like, money. Do you understand money? And I was like, I need money.
Yeah.
So I just like, fine, I'll do it. If I don't make any money, I don't make any money because I'm used to not making money, right? Because that's what was happening with my business.
You know better than you were when you started.
So I got the products, ordered the products, and I got them, and it was like 17 days till the end of the month. And I was like, we had the conversation of how much money would it take for you to think that this was worthwhile. And I was like, at the point, I was like, $20, $100 would be fine, because I never made any money. And I thought it was hard.
Right.
That's the piece that I think I didn't understand is it's not hard.
Right.
It's tedious, and it is work. Mm-hmm. But long story short, we agreed on $500 as okay, that's your goal, right? The first month I made, in 17 days, $972. Like that. And awesome. I cried. I was like,
I cannot believe for 2 years I have not been doing this.
Right?
That's awesome.
I was like, how did that happen? All I did was share with a few people and post a few pictures of, people using this, not using the collagen, but before and afters.
Yeah.
And they gave me all the stuff to do. And I was like, $972 in 17 days. I haven't made that in a year with my business, right? I've been giving away free coaching trying to get clients.
Right.
Right? You know, I had one client who was paying me and it was like $20 a session.
Wow.
You know? And I was like, okay, this works. And it works with my business.
Yes.
You know, so it's just blossomed from there. And what I didn't expect, this is the crazy part. I did not expect all the support that I get from all of these people. Like, they are family. And it's not, like, everybody says it's not the same. This company's not the same, right? And you're like, yeah, right. Right? How many times have you heard that? It's not the same. And then you're like in HR and so, oh, crap, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
It's not the same. Like, the one thing that they do is they teach you how to be a leader, how to like, speak with integrity, stand up with poise, you know, and to have belief in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the piece that I was craving.
Yeah.
Because I work in an environment that, unfortunately, it's male dominant, and it's a culture of, you know, you're here to serve me, and not we're here to help you grow.
Yeah.
And it's completely the opposite over here. And I'm like a little like sponge. I'm like,
I love that.
you know, like I'm like, give me more, give me more.
Yeah.
You know?
This is turning up everything that I have inside of me, and I want to shine more, and I want to help other people learn how to do this.
And that's the best part. Like, I actually have people who signed up under me and like seeing the light turn on in their eyes, you know, not just because they made money,
Right.
but because they start to believe in themselves.
Right.
And they start to branch out. And I'm going to burp. Sorry.
It's okay. We're both drinking water.
I'm drinking bubbly water.
Yes, you are. You're that is a you thing.
That is definitely a me thing.
You caused that.
And I'm okay with that.
You haven't burped yet, though.
I did,
Oh,
actually.
you did? Oh, that was subtle.
I can be a lady. I can be a lady sometimes.
I love that.
So, like, that's the greatest gift that I've been given by this company is, like, first, I have purpose. Second, I don't have to do it alone. Mm-hmm. And, like, family.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was just in Utah, and I don't do, like, big crowds, big parties. Like, if you invite me over, I'm going to show up 2 hours late just because then everybody's doing their thing and I don't need to be a part of it.
You can just slip in.
Right, I slip in, slip out. I'm back. I was here. Here's the card.
Yep.
Bye. See, that card has my name on it, so I was here.
Right, exactly. I did it.
Right? But I was there, and I couldn't believe when Saturday afternoon happened, and they're like, okay, we're closing up. And I was like, wait, what? We're done?
I'm just getting rolling.
Right?
That's awesome.
You know, and like, so I know I found my place. Mm-hmm. And I'm so grateful for that because I never expected that.
That's awesome.
You know, so that's.
I love it. And it's really empowering because you can, like, you are moving. So the job that's here, that's like the consistent kind of thing, whatever you're doing.
I know, right? I could be like a CIA operative, the FBI. Right. You know,
if you are doing it at all.
Right.
That is kind of like pending this move, whereas, you know, your work with Tranont is not.
Right. Yeah. Right. And that's why I do, like, I wanted a business that, one, I could help people throughout the world.
That's so cool.
Right? That's why I have my own app, and that's why I, you know, do everything online. But I wanted to be able to truly make an impact in their lives. And to me, one of the most important things is getting the inside healthy.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't get your inside healthy, all the work that you're doing, it's going to fail. Mm-hmm. Because your body needs both.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And
that's, for me, like, I could tell you countless stories of people whose lives have been, I mean, you were on one of the presentations. Oh,
yeah. And I saw them.
Right. And, like, beautiful. Beth, like, she was the one who was on there. Mm-hmm. And she has an autoimmune disease and changed her whole life.
Wild.
through using these products.
I'm excited because Tracie did give me samples, so I told her, I was like, I gotta check out the products first. So I have the means. You set me up so that
There you go. I gave you the tools.
I have no excuse.
I gave you the tools.
I'm excited about them though because I too have this weird random thing that who knows. They say it's not diet related, but how can they say that when they don't know?
Right.
So, like,
Well, let me tell you the story about Victoria. Like I told you on the presentation,
yes,
right?
We'll tell everybody.
But I'm going to tell the story because it's very powerful. And there are so many people who suffer from this exact thing. My mother takes this product. Her boyfriend takes it. Everybody that I know takes it, right? So this product is called Enrich. Okay. And what it is it's digestive enzymes, 11 different digestive enzymes packed along with prebiotic and probiotic. Right? And it has like 4 strains. It's like formulated, backed by science. Like it is a phenomenal product. Right? But Victoria, my daughter, who at age 13, she was diagnosed with debilitating anxiety, debilitating depression, panic disorder, and IBS. And we did all the things. We went to the doctors. We changed diets and specialists and medications after medications and different doctors and different specialists, nutritionists, all the things. Like I tried the homeopathic things. I tried everything. And this poor kid ended up to the point at 17, she stopped going to school because she couldn't handle her stomach. It was really 15, but we were really pushing her because, that's what we're supposed to do, go to school. And every single day I was picking her up from school. Every single day she was in their nurse's office. And so she stopped going to school at 17. And but by the time she was 20, she was unemployable. Yeah. Because her stomach was so unpredictable that she was afraid to eat. Yeah. She was afraid to be around people. So I started with this company, and of course they're like, put Victoria on Enrich. And I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand. We have tried probiotics. We have tried every single thing under the sun. Nothing works. Right. And my friend was like, just do it. Yeah. Just do it. And I was like, fine. You know what? We'll prove them wrong. Yeah. We'll prove you don't know what you're talking about. That's right? And of course, Victoria takes it. She took 3. And literally, she was, before she took them, she was gagging, thrown up over the toilet, doubled over in pain, all the normal stuff. In 15 minutes, she was like, I feel fine. Literally. Wow. And she's been on the product. The cool thing about it is that we would do stuff, and it would be like, oh my God, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. 5, 10, 15 days later, right back where we were, right? Wow. She's been on the product for 4 years. Wow. It works no matter what. She doesn't go anywhere without it. She doesn't take it perfectly. Like you can take it before, middle, or after. And it literally has changed her whole life. Now she goes out. Wow. She works. She's a manager of Palm Beach Tan in South Carolina. Wow. Where she couldn't do that before. Like when she first started at Palm Beach Tan here, she would call me every single day. I have to leave work. Aww, they're going to fire me, Mom. Now she's, and it's very hard as a parent to sit back and be like, how did this happen? Yes. Number one. Yeah. And why can't I fix it? Yeah. And the consistency of the product was my favorite part. Like, I could tell you about the transparency policy and the GMP certifications and all that stuff. But to me, who cares? It works. If this works, like, I'm sorry if it was, well, maybe not. I was going to say if it's cyanide and it worked. I mean, it does. Cyanide does work, but we won't go there.
It does a lot of other things.
Right? But, like, seriously, like, when your kid has suffered for that long. Oh, my God. There's so many pieces of life that she missed out on because she couldn't handle it. No. And so, like, it just makes me so happy to be able to do that. And, like, her friend, Marissa, just found out she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Oh, right? Man. She takes the product.
Oh, that's great.
And it works for her. Like, it's just like so many people, so many lives have been touched by one of the first products that the company ever started with, right?
Wow.
So that's one of the reasons why, is because it's a luxury line of products that is backed by science,
Yeah.
and all of the ingredients are third-party tested. They are GMP certified. That means that if it doesn't meet that GMP certification, the product, the ingredient gets sent back.
Wow.
You know, like, we're not putting that in our products.
That's awesome.
And it's just incredible to be a part of something like that.
Heck yeah, man.
You know.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a product that you can stand behind, too.
Well, and I have to admit, I already have, I mean, we don't speak anymore, but, you know, to your point about, like, how some people come into your life for a season and then they're gone. But my former apprentice, she was having same thing, like, she's going to all these doctors, and it was gut issues, and I do think it was like acute anxiety driven, you know, types. It doesn't matter, it you know, it's all connected, to your point.
Well, your gut has 70% of your immune system.
Yes.
It is your second brain.
Yes.
So your anxiety, your depression, all of those are governed by your gut. So if you're having that icky feeling in your gut,
it's just releasing stress hormones.
Exactly.
Yeah. And constantly. You're in constant survival mode.
Exactly.
And I mean, I wasn't her parent. I was her mentor. But
right.
Like, I was watching her and just being like, I don't know what to tell you, kid. Like, I just looked at her and was like, I don't know why this is happening to you. Like, I can only give you what I have. And what I can say is that you kind of care too much.
We all do.
Yeah, but like, she really did. Like, she would make herself sick. I was like, I mean, a lot of this is you're making yourself sick. Like, I don't know how to tell you that other, and eventually it got to that point, like, through doctors and all the blood work and stuff, of just like, she was like, they say it's psychosomatic, and I'm like, I know.
Like, I know.
I told you. But that doesn't help, you know. Like,
right, so what do you do?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's why a lot of, right back to mindset.
Yes.
That mindset work. Like, I used to get so stressed out over stuff, and Victoria too, and it's one of the reasons why I do what I do. Yeah. Because stress.
My apprentice could have used you.
What's her name?
I wish I would have. I mean, their name now.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I refer to them as she, just because that's what my experience was.
Right.
But yeah. Who knows if that's even a current facet.
Right.
Of their life now. I don't know. I have no idea. But who knows if they stalk my podcast page and listen. maybe you might get hit up. AJ is the name, so if you get hit up by someone named AJ, then they have listened.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to that call.
I know. I hope, because honestly, you know, the way it ended was not ideal, but there wasn't any love lost. You know, like I still carry a lot of affection and care for you know, the person, and I didn't go into mentoring, you know, them for what we said, like, any other reason other than I just felt like I had something that I could give, and I saw somebody who.
That's perfect, though. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're not getting, I don't want anything for what I do. I mean, my business, of course, but, you know, like, when I mentor somebody, I'm doing that because I want you to grow. Yeah. You know, I want you to know that you can. Yeah. And I want you to feel supported. Yeah. And I want you to feel safe. Yeah. You know, like, a lot of us, at least in my era, we didn't get that. Yeah. You know, and we sat around floundering. We figured it out, but we floundered a lot.
And honestly, I feel like that's what I put them through. Is that, like, yo, just throw you in the water. You can swim.
Do it. Just let the air out. It's okay.
Just get that water out. It'll be fine.
That's what my dad did when I was
slow.
That's what my dad did. I was like 7 years old, and my dad just threw me in, right?
I mean, I don't feel like I was that aggressive with it, but in some ways I was. Just simply because life is not easy. And in some parts, what I got was very similar. It was like throw you in and see how you swim. Facts don't care about your feelings kind of thing. So, make it or break it, kid, because the world ain't going to stop for you.
Right.
And so for me, it was kind of like, I got to find that balance between, the support and then the trial by fire kind of thing. Because I do think that's essential, especially for businesses like this, where like, you're tattooing somebody, you're encountering their pain, you have to touch them, like there is that barrier. You are in person, and as women, we're encountering all types of people,
right?
And it might be dangerous, like there are situations where you have to know how to play it,
right,
and interact with somebody so that things don't escalate, and,
right. It can go one way or another, and it's still I mean, I worked in business in
there's variables
in Vegas,
exist,
right?
Yeah. That's why I also said, wow, cool, because talk about trial by fire,
right?
It's like the fucking desert. It is the desert,
and it's a totally different culture. Like I worked in the casinos, and casino life is completely different. Like it's almost kind of like I say this with jest, but it's almost like a cult, where you're like, you're going to be initiated, and they're going to pick on you, and they're going to find out if you have a weakness, and like I worked on the corporate side. I mean, I started out when I was really young in food and beverage, and then I moved into the corporate side, and like I was the youngest ever promotion coordinator for Circus Enterprises.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, I think I was 25 at the time. I was a hot mess.
Girl.
Hot mess. Hot mess.
It was called Circus.
Right. 100%, right? It's just crazy. Like dealing with budgets of, $300,000 and $400,000. And I'm young, right? I'm back then, $300,000 and $400,000 budgets for one event. You're like, whoa. Okay, what? What am I supposed to do with all that?
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah. No, but that's such a different life than what I wanted to live. Of course, I guess we can segue into this now. Yeah. Is I grew up very different. Like a lot. I'm a hippies kid, right? Like I won't age myself, but I'll age myself. Like I had a hippie name, Graceful Moonflower was my hippie name, right? I was when I was 2 years old, my dad bought, or he actually traded, a generator, a color TV, and a chainsaw for a 1952 Mac bus.
Whoa.
Okay. And in California, KZAP Radio was saying that this was available. My dad they didn't have phones back then, Well, they had phones, but you know what I'm talking about. So they connected through KZAP Radio, and they, my dad got this bus, and he took out all the seats inside and turned it into a home.
Wow.
So, like, started out with a wood-burning stove in the middle of the bus, and then he separated it in half, as in, like, put a bamboo wall.
Right.
And so my room was the back half, and the kitchen and living room were in the front.
Wow.
And then he got this brilliant idea when I was 5. We had finally gotten a back porch and a refrigerator and a hot plate, like a kerosene hot plate. No, propane hot plate. So he decided to cut a big hole in the middle of it. Don't think there were drugs involved, but there were drugs involved, okay?
Yeah.
I was only 5.
Where do you get that idea?
Right? I was 5, okay? I knew nothing. I do know there was peyote and mushrooms, and I may have eaten the mushrooms once. But
girl!
Yeah, we won't. I saw him eat them, and I was hungry, okay?
It's like, well, that's clearly food.
Right? Anyway, so he cut a big hole in the middle, and he cut a VW bus in half, and he put the VW bus top half onto the bus and welded the two together.
Oh, wow.
So we had a double-decker bus that we traveled throughout the United States in.
How cool, man.
Yeah, so I, like, at that time, my birth mom left me when I was 2 weeks old. So my dad was a single dad, and I was daddy's girl, of course.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm the angel. I was a wild child. Let's be real. Yeah. I was a wild child. You know,
I mean,
like, I was raised by a man who had no idea what to do, right? I was the kid who ran around in overalls with no underwear, no t-shirt, nothing. Barefoot, hair all over. And I met this woman at this this massage place. And she was doing massage there. And I fell in love with her.
Oh, how old were you?
I was 5. I was 4.5 when I met her.
Aww.
And so she fed me. Aww. Like, she had food. So I would be like, you don't have food? You have food. I'm going to her house.
Yes.
And so one day, my dad was like, what are you eating? Like, what, what is going on, right? You come home and you're clean. You know? Like, so my dad was like, well, tell whoever's doing this, I want to meet them.
Right.
And so the story is I brought my mom home to my dad.
Aww.
So I call my stepmom my mom. She is my mom as far as I'm concerned. Like, she's the one who, she raised me. She licked my wounds. She took care of me. She did all the things that a mother would do. Where my birth mother was just the person who brought me into this world. God bless her soul.
Yeah.
But my mom and my dad ended up getting together, and we traveled throughout the United States, and I didn't go to school. Right. So my mom taught me at home. She found a program, and back then, you have to understand, this was all taboo. Like, nobody, like, weed was not legal.
No.
You know, the way that we lived, I had to be the child, like, the hidden child.
Yes.
So, like, all the time, it was, don't talk to strangers, don't tell our story, don't, you know, all these things. So I learned from a very young age to be very secretive.
Yes.
And, you know, when I was 6 years old, not when I was 6 years old, when I was 12 years old, I told my dad, I said, I'm not learning anything.
Right.
I need to learn more. Yeah. And so we were kind of stationed in the foothills of California. And so my dad said, okay, you can go to school.
Oh, right on.
I'm sure there was a long conversation between my mom and dad between that. Because my dad was she can learn from the land. She can learn from her environment. She'll be fine. And my mom was like, she needs to know how to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
She needs to know some history and some math, you know. Yeah. And so I went to school in 6th grade. And the cool thing about this is most kids who go to school all their life, by 6th grade, they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, you just opened up a whole new world, right? I was like doing homework that was not my homework. I was reading books. I spent so much time doing that. I had no idea what everybody else was doing around me. You know, and I wasn't good socializing.
Right, right.
So I was very good at school. So, moving forward, 17 years old, my dad and I get into an argument. And I basically did the FU. And he said, go figure it out on your own, but don't ever come back if that's what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And I said, no problem. Yep. And haven't been back, pretty much. Wow. Right? So I graduated high school with a 3.14 or whatever.
That's great.
I think 3 whatever. Doesn't mean. I feel like
highest.
It was,
like a higher one, like...
You know, it wasn't like, oh my God, she got all straight A's, but it was like B's and a couple A's. Yeah. I just remember it being
it's a
like
high B.
Right. I was like, you know, like I was like,
for somebody who had never gone to school, it's phenomenal. That's awesome.
It was amazing because like my dad was like, you're gonna fail, you're gonna end up dead, just like your mom. All the gross things that parents say when they're mad. You know, they're mad. He was mad because he felt like he put in so much effort, and. So I was like, I will prove you wrong. Yes. And ever since then, I've been just like proving him wrong. You know.
So have you guys ever spoken since
We did for a long time. Okay. And then he's an alcoholic. And basically he got very delusional, and we had one of those conversations, and I did some screaming. You're not going to tell me about my kids and what my kids need to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it just, since then, has been like, not so much let sleeping dogs lie, but I apologize for my part.
Yes.
I seriously made that effort. I sent a card. I tried to call. And I feel like I have to let that piece go until he's ready.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of blood under the water.
Yeah.
Is that the way you say it?
I don't know. Water under the bridge?
Something like that. There's a lot.
A history.
There's a lot of history.
Yeah.
And, you know, like a lot of questions that I have, because I grew up in a lifestyle that is not typical. The things that I saw, the things that I was around all the time. Like I would tell people stories and they would be like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Are you okay?
You know, like I tell this story and I don't tell the story to be gross. Okay?
I'm sure.
In any way, shape, or form. It's just how the mind, how you are conditioned as a child to believe in your parents, right? My dad used to duct tape my mouth.
Okay.
And every once in a while, he would duct tape my hands and my feet, and he would throw me in my bed. And because I was the kid who was in your face, right? And I thought it was funny. Like, I would bring him the duct tape and be like, Dad, duct tape my mouth, okay?
Duct tape it.
Well, we were messing around, and Victoria, we duct taped her hands like this, right? And I took pictures, and it was funny, you know? And somebody freaked out. They were like, that's child abuse! And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you not see her smiling?
Yeah.
Like, we were goofing off. Like, I never left her with the duct tape on her hands or anything. But I freaked out because I never wanted to be like my father.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You had never associated that with anything like
and
that.
my oldest daughter had been duct taped, and we used to play, and like my dad used to, you know, duct tape the mouth. That's it. We're not going to hear from you for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and I never associated it until somebody said something, and they're like, you need to destroy those pictures. So I was like, different trash cans.
And like, oh my God. Meanwhile, I tape my mouth shut at night so that I am not a mouth breather. I do that.
Oh my God,
willingly.
I should totally put
I'm telling you. And my husband, I had to like argue with him for a year for him to be okay with it. He's like, what if I wake up and like I don't recognize you and like I freak out? Or what if I think there's like a home invasion? I'm like, that's a lot of you. And I'm doing this for my own reasons that are about my health. I know you're not supposed to breathe through your mouth like that, and I feel like it's hurting me. And so
that's so funny. I think that was the reason my dad did it, because I kept licking my lips when it started. I was licking my lips over, and my lips were bleeding.
Yeah, and chapped.
He was like, you have to stop. And I'm a kid.
You can help handle that tick.
And my dad, like, that was how it started. And then he was like, you're like, I can't deal with you anymore. Please get out of my face, because I'm the kid who's going to crawl all over you.
Right.
And, you know, my dad's probably doing mushrooms and peyote, and he's very busy.
Yeah. Or whatever. But just like, at this time, Daddy is checked out.
Right? So, like, I don't tell that story to be like, no. It was a bad, you know, like I could tell you on and on. There's so many stories, but I don't look at any of those.
It's very relevant because there's a lot of abuse in all facets of that, like mentorship, all of that. Like you don't know until you're like, oh shit, that wasn't great. What I did, I don't know if I did the right thing. Right. And it's hard to,
and my dad, and here's what I truly believe. Like everybody's like, oh, he could have done better and da-da-da. Like we weren't allowed to have like real new clothes and all of the, like there was a lot of rules and all of these things. He could have done better. But you know what? I truly believe at the end of the day, my dad was doing something different because he saw society for what it was. Yeah. And it was a mess. Yeah. You know, if you look at our school system, back then my dad looked at the school system and it was a mess. Yeah. And he said, I don't want my kid learning that way. Yeah. Right? And it's the same thing that a lot of parents do now. Right. The difference is that it's so much more acceptable. Yes. Right? Back then it was bad. Mm-hmm. Today it's like, oh, okay, cool, do that. Yeah. Go for it.
Rock it, man.
Right?
Like, have fun.
We'll have a whole community do it. You know?
Well, and I feel like, it's odd because, there's still the debate about what's considered abuse and what's not.
Right.
And I do think it comes down to your association to it and like your attachment to it. Like, do you feel violated? Do you feel like
there's when you're going through that kind of stuff, like there's so many things that like I've had a lot of psychological therapy on the things, because my thing is just why.
Yeah.
Not because you did this to me, but I wanted to know why. And I can't get those answers from my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because for me to be able to let it go.
Yeah.
I just want to know why, right? It's not because I need you to apologize. You know what? We've all done things.
Yeah.
But I just am curious.
Well, and you're an adult now, so you can handle
the
why now because you're removed from it. You're not prisoner to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, there's so many times that my dad we would have the conversation of, well, let there be light.
Sorry about that. I just noticed, I was like, the day's getting late. I just turned on a light, everyone.
Let there be light.
Talking about abuse of our eyes.
Now I can see the whole eye and the whole deer.
I know. I have lots of taxidermy in my house.
He's really looking at me now.
I know. That's Michele.
He's so pretty, though.
He's beautiful. That's actually my husband hates it when I say this, but that's a bisexual deer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the rack is from the original deer that was hunted, but when he took him to the butcher, there was all these scars all over him, and he was a very virile buck and got into a lot of scrapes. So when they put him in the freezer, all of the wounds opened up because of the freezing. So when they went to do the mount, the taxidermist was like, listen, man, I don't think I can work with this. There's a little too much breakage in the skin, but I do have this doe hide, if you don't mind me using that. So it's really beautiful.
It really is beautiful. I mean, considering the story is
I think it makes sense.
Right. Like the whole fluff underneath
I
too.
Know. It's epic. I feel like it's the best of every world.
Right?
Yeah, that's the story behind it. And Rico's like, it's not bisexual. This is what happened. He's like, and for your information, all deers used to have racks. It just is an evolutionary thing that accommodated for when humans got involved and their entire dynamics. And I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
You're like, you know what? It is bisexual today.
It is. It is. I like the story as I present it.
We all like the story as we present it, right?
Exactly.
Like my mom would be very upset. I will tell you this. My mother would be very upset because I told the story of, like the duct taping. And like, she thinks that my life was this beautiful flower child through the flower fields and la, la, la. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's not how I saw it at all.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fear and there was a lot of, I can't talk to people and my dad was a hard ass.
Yeah.
Like I was terrified of him.
Yeah.
And when I was very, very young, something bad happened to me and I was terrified of doctors.
Oh.
Like the kind that, like if you said doctor in the same room as me, I would be literally for days hysterical.
No good.
There's many a story of when I had to go get shots.
Oh my God.
I think I broke somebody's jaw.
Oh!
I was like 13.
You'd be in good company with Rico. He had childhood leukemia. And, he military stepdad,
Suck it up. You see, my dad was raised by military.
The mouth was a little, crude. Mm-hmm. That kind of environment. So Rico knew the words and everything like that. So he would cuss up a storm. And with doctors, man, he's bitten, full on bitten. Like doctors, and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with this kid?" And his mom would be like, "What do you mean, man? Like
That's how I was when I was really little. Yeah. That's how I was. Like my dad said that back then in the 70s.
Yeah.
There was it was the white coat era. Like women wore those white coats. I would scream when I see them, and poor people would be like, what the hell's going on? I didn't do anything. I didn't touch her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So And I had this one vision of being held down. That's all I remember of the whole,
That's not good. Yeah, Rico, same. Like they had to hold him down. He had to get spinal taps as a young kid. I mean, that's more pain than most people
Right.
have ever felt. And he said that because he used to tear ass as a kid to your duct tape point, he's like, they put him in a cage. Like, it was a crib, but it had a top.
Oh, wow.
So that's a cage.
Pretty much.
It's a cage, and he was caged in this place without his parents, there. And so trauma, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure he has issues with confined spaces.
I don't know. We haven't really tested that too much, but definitely a thing with medical people, and for the past 6 years, I mean, you could blame him too. I mean, it's been a reemergence of what the hell are you guys doing? What are you trying to say now? No.
Okay.
We're not changing definitions overnight.
Right.
It's not going to go from this idea of immunity is, you catch a virus and your body naturally figures it out to we got to shoot you up with something that we created in a lab. Right. That's how you get immune. Oh, no. That happened literally overnight.
Right?
I'm not buying it, bro. No. You're selling me something.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
It really is. I grew up not going to doctors. Not because I was scared. I went when I broke my arm. I remember I broke my arm when I think I was 5.5 years old because I tried to be Superman.
There is a thing about, my dad tried to be Superman too. He broke his nose.
I swore I was going to be Superman.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It really is. I was going off that table.
And hence the movie magic thing too. It's just you got to sit your kids down and be like, no, a piece of fabric on your back does not imply that you get to fly now.
I didn't even have a piece of fabric. I didn't even need that. Okay.
He did strap on a cape. He thought it was all in the cape.
I did not. I said, if you believe, I will be there.
Oh, God.
And the kids were like, no, it's not going to happen.
You Peter Panned it.
I did. I totally went straight for it.
You're
I went straight down.
Oh, my God, girl. Well, we learned about gravity.
Yes. It was funny because my dad was like, it's broken. I'm like, and he was like, we need to go to the doctor. Yeah. And I was, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And it's funny, the dynamic, because at that time, my mom had just come into my life, right? Yeah. And I would not let her touch me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know her.
Yeah.
And there is other stories of major abuse when I was very young from dad's girlfriends and stuff. But my dad was sitting there and he's holding me and he's telling me we have to go to the doctors, and I'm not going. I sat in the emergency room screaming for 3 hours.
My goodness.
And they would not let your parents back there because they wanted to check for abuse.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure. And poor doctors.
Oh my God.
I feel so bad now because I remember just sitting there and that door would do the little turn and I would just start bloody murder screaming.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, you could feel bad, but you were just an innocent.
Well, I mean, we got through it.
Yeah. Obviously, you're sitting here.
They finally were like, okay, we're gonna let the dad go back.
Yeah.
And just because I was not talking to anybody, and my dad kept saying, look, if you just let me tell her she's okay, and to let you touch her, it'll be okay. But otherwise, she's not going to do it.
Wow.
And that's the determination of a Virgo.
Yes.
I will tell you there, because you will not change a Virgo's mind unless they decide to change the mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to come to it on our own.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, believe me, I'm disappointed about it too.
It's so hard, right?
Yeah. Because, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember a teacher of mine went up to my mom and he said, she's stubborn. And my mom was like, really? And he's like, oh yeah, she is very stubborn. And I didn't even see myself that way. But I guess I was to him.
Because we think we're very peaceful.
I mean, I just don't, I don't try to make waves. But if I disagree with you, I disagree with you.
Right.
And there's just not... Like, you can make your case, but that doesn't...
Probably wrong.
I mean, it might still be wrong. I might still consider it, but if I still declare you wrong, I still can declare you wrong. Like,
right.
You know, you can call me whatever you want after that, but, like, it doesn't matter who you are. You can be my instructor.
Right.
But if I think you're wrong, it doesn't matter who you are. You're wrong.
Right.
You're wrong. You're a person.
And one of the things that I have worked on recently is not letting people make me question myself.
Yes. It's very vital. I have had to work on that.
It's when something, because like when somebody asks you do something and they're like, well, did you do this? Mm-hmm. Of course I did. Mm-hmm. Why are you even... like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
You know?
Or like, why did you do it like that? Be like, because.
Right, because that's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's the way it's supposed to be done, and I did it.
Right.
It's like, what do you care? Like,
right.
If you wanted it done a specific
then you should have done it.
You should have done it.
Right.
But if I'm doing it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Like, my husband and I get into that a lot. He's like, he'll give me commands. We laugh about it. He'll give me commands. They are commands. But I'm like, don't tell me what to do. And he's like, oh, it was just a suggestion.
Right. Right.
I was like, a suggestion is framed slightly different. But we just laugh at it now because he can't change how he does it.
Right.
And I can't, I can't take it any other way because it's framed how it's framed. And I'm like, hey, fuck off. Who asked you?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm right there with you again. I'm just right there with you. Well, we were both Virgos, but on top of it...
So he's a Virgo too?
No, he is a Taurus. So.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Holy crap.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Because Virgos and Tauruses are not...
Yeah,
it
works.
That's...
Yeah. I know.
That's interesting. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
I love that for you, though.
Yeah.
It just proves that it doesn't really matter.
No. I think it's just because...
Because you're so pretty. I'm just kidding.
Maybe that's it.
I'm so pretty.
No, that cannot be it.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I doubt that's it.
I need you to believe that you are beautiful.
I think I'll give myself credit for where it's due. I don't think I'm hateful.
There you go.
But I wouldn't say that I develop that intentionally. I think that the beauty is something that I feel like is a cultivation of the inside out kind of thing.
Oh,
so
definitely.
That's where I'm more focused on. I wasn't always, but I grew up in the beauty industry, so I know all the tips and tricks. So
there you go.
That's why.
There you go.
I'm just like, am I beautiful, or do I just know a lot of things about how to fake it?
I love that though, but you know what? You are beautiful. Like you're not. It's not just the outside. Like we always for so long, my whole life, I just wanted to be pretty.
I mean, who doesn't?
I wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought, like, my mom used to she would put the magazines out, Cosmopolitan and all the magazines, and she would be like, she would cut out pictures and put them up and be like, this is so pretty. And I was like, okay, so I need to be like that, right? That would make me better to people. Right?
Yes.
But the problem is my whole inside had no idea what it was doing.
Yeah.
I had no soul.
Yeah.
So, we were just talking about that movie, The Runaway Bride. Oh, yeah, where she's like, oh, you like scrambled eggs? I like scrambled eggs. Yeah. Oh, you like, all the things where, oh, you like karaoke? I love karaoke.
Yeah.
And I used to be the same way. I remember I was dating a guy, and he was like, my last girlfriend was blonde hair, blue eyes, had a waist like this big. And the next day I dyed my hair.
Yeah, and you were like, I have to be.
Right? And I started dieting, and I started, making myself sick so that I would not have food in my stomach, so that I would lose the weight. I did all of these, and I did this for years.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
And the piece that I had to find was how to love me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Body, mind, and soul.
It's very important.
And it's now it's like, wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I talk to myself a lot.
I do too. I do too, man. They're pretty wild conversations
right?
that I can have with myself. Part of the reason why I don't like weightlifting is just because you have to be so locked in. Like I like a nice jaunt, like a good run. Right. A good run, you can go in your head.
See, I work in a gym, or I work out in a gym where there's very few people in there, and I'll be in there belting it out, like, nice. My favorite song right now is Champion by Carrie Underwood.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm like, unshakable, and then I'll look, and I'll be like, oh, crap,
there's other people over there. No, I love that. That's great.
That's one of the reasons why I run, though.
That's great.
It's because I can't be, especially out on the trail and stuff like that. Like, I love training.
Yes.
And
you're in nature.
Exactly.
All of that. I love that.
It's beautiful.
I had a time in my life where I totally identify with that. This knee business has been a whole other level of humility.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's neat. It's been very cool. It is.
But you're doing really good. You just had surgery.
I don't know what I'm... Yeah, I guess. Who knows? Like, the doctors kept asking me all these questions, and, it's such a rare thing that who knows? Like, everybody is definitely... What I feel blessed in is that I have a lot of support. And
right.
That's why part of the reason why you're here is just that you've been wonderful. I've had
But you deserve it. You are such a great soul. Like,
I don't think I deserve anything. I just am grateful.
You're let's rephrase that. You are very worthy of it.
Well,
right?
I'm happy that you feel that way.
No, I need you to believe that you're worthy.
I think that I know that I want to conquer this so that I can do things that are going to be expansive for other people. Mm-hmm. So that's just like you when you said you left, Las Vegas. You're like, I have to do this for Victoria. I have to do this for her, to provide this for her. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of just how I feel about it. I'm just so grateful that throughout all of this, I've had such just incredible support. It's not perfect, mm-hmm. but I have had such love and care and tons of prayers and just all of that. And the humility was necessary. And I guess that's the other reason why I really can't say that I deserve it. If I say I deserve it, I mean I deserve down to even the worst parts I deserve, because I've struggled with ego quite a bit. And, that kind of stuff. I think that humility is amazing. Helps wrestle pride and all of that. And I can be very cold. But
that's a Virgo nature too.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, you have your nose up in the air.
I can cut you off very quickly. Yeah.
Girl, you have no idea. Like, literally, I'm like, delete your phone number, block it, delete it. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Don't breathe my air.
Oh, and I've said shit that it has...
Yep.
About that.
I know that. Like, I actually had that conversation with myself over somebody that I can't have that closure. Mm-hmm. And I'm like... And I'm brutal. Yeah. Like, Virgos are brutal when they're mad. Yes. I can tell you from experience. Yeah. But, boy, I hear stuff come out of my mouth, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
I know.
Did you really say that?
I kind of feel like a lot of stuff is, like, confessionals at this point. Like, mm-hmm. just kind of letting people know that, like, I think it's important that people understand that, just to your point about, you see the magazines and you see those beautiful people and you don't know what was involved in creating that image or that person. Right. You just have this.
A lot of it is just airbrush.
Yeah, exactly.
Too. You don't even know, right. You can't even tell if it's an actual person.
Correct. You know? Not to mention, they're purported as, like, these adult women when half the time in those older magazines, they're, like, 15. Right. Like, they're, like... Any woman that would have been a normal age for, just any of that, to hold themselves to those kind of standards when you can't be that anymore.
Right.
It's just ludicrous. So, like, that's
when you get to be the place where you're like, I got to the point where I had my eating disorder was in control. I was throwing up all the time and my body paid for it. Yeah. And instead of losing weight, my body was like, I'm sorry.
It was going in complete shock.
Exactly. Sure. I went completely the opposite and I started gaining like 10 pounds every single day. And nobody believes me on this. But my body was dying. My body was dying.
Because it's retaining all of that.
Right. It was retaining all the fluid and it was giving me all the signs. But nobody was saying, here's what's happening and why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I think is so important. When you see people suffering.
Yeah.
You have to help them understand why.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, you can say, look, don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be like, holy shit.
Revelation.
I've been waiting for somebody to tell me this.
It's like I didn't know.
Oh, my God. You know, but like if somebody had said, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
Here's why it's happening. I would have been able to go, oh, so you're saying that if I put protein in this body and I drink water, I won't feel like a balloon.
Like shit.
And I won't have these migraines and I won't be feeling so just gross.
Oh.
You know?
What a revelation.
Right?
Dude.
But that's
so great.
That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I love helping. Like, I had a girl. I talk about this all the time. I've been coaching her for 3 years. Mm-hmm. Right? Last year, she sends me this message and she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. Right? It's like, here we go again. She's probably off on some tangent about something. She goes, protein. I ate protein. And guess what? I ate like over 100 grams of protein yesterday and I didn't need to take a nap. And I walked 3 miles.
Oh, dude.
And I feel fine.
Of course.
And I'm like, dude.
What are you doing?
I've been telling you, eat the. Now she tells everybody. She's like, when Tracie tells you to eat protein, you need to eat protein. She says it just like
she's the new convert in school, being like, I'm locking in, man. Like, this shit's for real.
It just cracks me up.
It's amazing.
I had another client. It didn't take her 2 years. Same thing. Same exact thing. Aww. Like, she was like, oh, my workout, there's so much. I could go to her house every day and I need to take a nap. And she goes, and we've been talking about this protein thing and her, I'm coaching the kids too. And like protein. She goes, so she finally ordered the protein and she ordered the creatine and she's humming and hawing. She goes, Tracie, I love my workouts now. I was like, really? Why? She goes, well, you know that thing about the protein? I was like,
what thing? Tell me.
You're just like,
I want to know that you know.
You just go like, just like, you just want to be like, like, let me just clear my plate.
That was how it was with my apprentice, I will say. Like, there was these revelations that would come that didn't.
After the fact?
Yeah, when I had already said it.
Right.
But, we all need to hear it at our own speed, by our own means, with our own delivery. And sometimes it's not from, like, I'm not going to be the source.
Right.
Like, I am a source. I have been, but they're not hearing it. So, yeah, I had that a lot.
Yeah.
I had it a lot.
It happens a lot, too, with my daughter.
Yeah.
You know how it is, parent. You tell your kid 1,000.
Don't, but that's the only way that I know is having this mentee and taking that on. I don't know. I have had.
I bet you if you asked your dad.
I have made a lot of men better for other women. So in that way, I know.
Well,
I know.
But if you asked your dad,
they all owe me a thank you card. I'm just putting that out there. Whoever is dating my exes, you're welcome. You have benefited greatly from my work. But
I bet if you asked your dad if there was ever anything that he told you that you just refused to listen to, and then someone else told you to do it,
Countless.
Like, it's like every time I look at my kid and I'm like,
Yeah.
Do you not know who I am? Like, seriously, I've been telling you, because she gets constipated. Like, she still takes the Enrich and all this stuff, but she still gets, and your body needs magnesium.
Yes.
Right? And I'm like, just take it.
Yes.
And she's like, well, Mom, my friend, who's a personal trainer, she told me to take magnesium. And I'm like, are you high? Like, I think I told you that, like, 3 days ago. Yeah.
My little story like that was my apprentice said, hey, they knew I was into podcasting. Oh, I listened to this really awesome podcast. And I was like, oh, yeah? Meanwhile, I'm trying to start one. And I'm trying to get these bitches on board. I'm like, can you just submit an interview? Like, I don't understand. I'm just asking you to tell your story. It's not hard. And you know me. Like, what's the big deal? None of them would do it. But they're all listening to podcasts, and they're, like, telling me have you listened to this podcast? And I'm like, bitches, I'm trying to make a podcast. I'm not trying to listen to dick right now. I don't want to be influenced. I'm trying to have something pure that's mine. Will you... Okay, I'll listen. So I listened to this one. It's called Ologies. It is really good. But they were doing their review of one of their highest listened to podcasts. And it was on fear. And it was a fear researcher who basically teaches not only, what drives fear and all this stuff, but situational ways to, work people out of fear and how to do all that. Meanwhile, again, for years now, I have been saying how my thing that I just adopted after I got out of several relationships, my therapist used to tell me, she was like, listen, you have to take accountability for what's yours. Mm-hmm. So if you leave a relationship, you could put it all on them. You could. But you're probably going to pick the same kind of person if you do that. Right. You're not taking onus for what you might have done. Mm-hmm. So she's like, and sometimes you really have to just, to your point, different paradigm, if you want. So sometimes you have to, like, radically put yourself into a different vein.
Right.
Or, maybe
you can jump paradigms. Yes. That was the piece that I was like, really?
Yes. Exactly.
And you can go down.
Yes.
That's the piece that I went, like, after I read that book, I think I went way down for a little while, but that's okay because it was a lesson and it taught me so many things. Like, as much as I'm like, that was horrible.
Well, and you can own those things, too.
But at the same time, like, I'm like, okay, I had to work through the reasons why I haven't been able to get to the higher level.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and a lot of things, we go from being dependent on our parents and that being the things that we understand and know, and then breaking out of that, doing our own thing, reading books like that, and then Then you have to test these philosophies out and make bad decisions and see where they get you. Because now you're at the helm. So that makes perfect sense for me. You have to know.
But it gives you also, this is the perspective that I think is so important. It taught me the biggest thing in the entire world. I now know exactly 100% what I do not want.
Yep.
What I'm willing to accept and what I'm not willing to accept. Yep. And those lines were so blurred before because, okay, I can people please myself into anything.
Yes.
And now I'm like, nope. Like, I say it to myself all the time. Like, the thought will come in, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I love it. Nope. Tracie, I didn't say that. It was hard to know when to cut this off, listeners, first of all. The second part of this podcast is equally amazing. We really get on a roll later, so please come back next week. But Tracie, I want you to know that for the longest time, my New Year's resolution was to say no more. It still is in some regards, but I think that was a wonderful place to close us for this week and to set us up for next week to jump back in. I hope everyone listening has been elevated, tantalized, and is curious about this beautiful person. Go follow her. It's Tracie's Dragonfly Fitness is her Instagram. Please go check her out. You can probably find a lot of what she's doing there. She's also on Facebook. Tracie Magee. I had to go through this, but it's Tracie, so no Y. And then Magee is Magee, which for some reason I completely misspelled. It's always the easiest things. But like I said at the top, Tracie is endlessly graceful. And I don't think it was a wrong thing in any kind of regard to her, ever have the name Graceful Moonflower. I think she really embodies both at this point. But she's graduating and she's branding herself anew. And so next week, we're going to have the Dragonfly episode. So please circle back and join us. We look forward to having you and are so grateful. Tracie, I am so grateful for this time. Thank you so, so much for being vulnerable, for coming to my home, for the hugs, the everything. Like, you've just been, a gift, honestly, a true gift from God that I really needed. So I appreciate you so much, friend, in so many ways. Listeners, Tracie, everyone, have a powerful, powerful week, and God bless us all.
Thanks for listening. You can find the Apprenticeship Diaries on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Our IG is _apprenticeship_diaries. If you would like to offer constructive criticism or an interview, drop us an email at theapprenticeshipdiaries@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from our listeners.